Hello everyone, this is El Spectra. Welcome back to the Land of Empires. So it's been a while since I made a video covering like different hero compositions and their various counters. Typically, what I would do is whenever a new season launches, I would go into the Apex arena, get my preliminary observations on which hero teams are countering other hero teams, and after a couple months down the road, I would make like a follow-up Apex Arena video. That is after we get a much better understanding of the compositions, the most popular compositions people are running, why they are popular, why they work against most other compositions. But after like season 9, things became really complicated. The variety of things you can run that just randomly works against what your opponent is running has completely exploded. I can talk just a little bit about the meta in season 7 through 9. Basically, in season 7, you had two very popular compositions. Those are 776 and 549. So one is a Michael composition, and the other is a somewhat season 7 composition combined with the season 6 Archer. In season 8, people were running a combination of Neptune Arc with. Why is my game frozen? This is not a good start to the video. So let me restart the game. And while I'm restarting the game, actually I have to restart LD player completely because I cannot even close the game apparently. So yes, while I am, is my computer frozen now? Really hope not. But anyways, while I am restarting the game, yeah, going back to season 8 compositions, my entire computer is frozen. I hope this video is still recording. Okay, this is a little bit awkward. Let me just go back to my LD player here, and let's hope it works better the second time. Don't mind this picture. But anyways, season 8, people were running mostly season 8. Season 8 was very powerful against season 7, and people kind of stopped using season 7 outside of armament context. When season 9 launched, the two kind of very popular comps were 889 and 998. You either played one of those compositions or you kind of suffered. Of course, there were many other situations where, for example, 999 dealt pretty well against, I believe, 998, or was it 889? But there was still some degree of variety, which was good to some degree because we had to spend more effort tracking all the variations. But once season 10 launched, and you can kind of see that looking at the the tremendous different combinations that people are running, and people have tried that in previous seasons, but they just never worked against the popular ones. But in this season, things just it's just become way too difficult to track. So before we had this, this kind of epic like visual tracker where you had this is the battle disorder by the way. You had different you can see these compositions are very very similar. People were running Neptune Arc with some kind of armament. Neptune Arc being the favorite armament infantry hero for whatever reason that I know not, but he is just more tanky with armaments than the other infantry heroes for whatever reason. So people were running Neptune Arc or Kellerman, not Kellerman, sorry, or Khufu as the favorite infantry hero, and the cavalry and archer hero didn't really have that much variety. You can see all the top favorite compositions look relatively similar. But after season 10 came out, it's just a complete mess. There's moderate, strong, and hard counters for pretty much any composition, even the recently popular variations such as 7-5-10-8 or 7-4-10-8. There were fairly powerful counters that were discovered both in the battle disorder and outside of the battle disorder. I can give a specific example here. Within the battle disorder, people are using even season 6. So season 6, the base set being the Foxy Girl, the 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 Centaurion, and the Horn God. That's just very basic season 6, but you can empower that by using the armaments. So people were running Kellerman with the Season 6 Infantry Hero Armor. We were running either the Season 7 Cavalry or the Season 4 Cavalry. That basically makes your infantry more tanky to melee attacks. And of course, the Season 5 Archer equipped with the Season 6 armament. And people were able to show that within the battle disorder, if your opponent is similar to your power, that composition actually deals very well against 7-5-10-8 or 7-4-10-8, which is a big deal because Season 6, you can build a lot of compositions around them. However, for Season 10, you can only have so much energy on your Season 10 hero and your Season 8 Archer hero. And by countering this composition with like a fairly flexible composition, you are coming out ahead. But let's go back to the game now. And also, the purpose of today's video is to kind of demonstrate how to use the more updated meta database. So we've moved on for like a more visual representation to just having the information there, because having the information there allows actual practical use in all this mess. This would never work unless I were to spend like tens, dozens of hours on it, and it's just not practical. So anyways, this list is continuously growing, and today I hope to do kind of a live demonstration of me, myself, going up against some very powerful players over in our opponent field, that being Nexus. So this video, instead of the Apex Arena, will be about the Alliance Showdown. And hopefully I'll be able to showcase here, we can see that we are fairly outmatched, especially on the top end. All of our players are dead, and we are only 4 players deep into what they have. So starting out with Lion. Am I recording? Just to make sure that my recording software has not crashed. Yes, I am still recording. So let's take a look at this formation here. So this is very standard Season 8. I will have a counter for this. The reason why people kind of stopped using this composition once Season 9 came out is that replacing this archer with the Season 9 archer is really good against this composition. Hopefully I'll be able to show it in this video and not completely embarrass myself. Let's see. His second composition, weird Kalaman armor on Season 10 hero. I don't know why people do this. I personally think it makes it rather weak, but we're gonna see if it actually matters. So if you were to run the the Season 10 hero, this composition is hard countered by 776. I'm going to run 776 against this composition and see whether this composition actually comes out ahead. If it does, then yeah, Lion might be up to something here. Finally, the third, what is this? This is 9-9-10 with the Season 6 armor, so I can probably just counter this by a fairly standard 10-10-8. So let's attack, and let's adjust our formations appropriately. One thing that I kind of appreciate more with the more recent season compositions is that we can kind of just run 1-1-1 setups. So it doesn't hurt our performance all that much. So I kind of forgot his first team, but I kind of remember what I'm going to run. So let's just clean up what I have here. If I were still editing videos, I'll probably fast forward this part a bit, but let's run 8-8-9. This is what we wanted to use in our first composition. Yeah, we can just use that. So second one, I said I was going to run 776. And when you are running 776, of course, you can strengthen it a bit by using an armor variation. I'm just going to reduce the archer and cavalry troop count by a little bit. Since I'm doing this, I guess I should hold on one moment. I guess I should buff myself just a little bit because these people are for sure fully buffed. So I'm just going to use max expedition, probably not much else. So let's dive in again. Let's have a quick look at what he is running. Okay, yeah, so 998 first composition, 776, and then I'm just going to run fairly standard Season 10. So this is ready. Let's just boost our troop count. This looks, wait, okay, it got switched back. Somehow it didn't get saved. I don't know why, but let's just change this up again. It doesn't really matter too much if you're running Kellerman armor on Neptune Arc. I guess it really shouldn't. But let's just do it this way. And yeah, I guess this is fine. And the last composition, whoops, I should change this out. This is not supposed to be you. This is supposed to be, did I say I wanted to run 889? Then I have to remove you. Okay, so this took a little longer than expected, but oh, this is supposed to be Khufu. And Team 3, probably just fairly standard Season 10, something like this. Yeah, this should work. At least I hope it works. Okay, yeah, let's check one last time. 889 against whatever he's running. Oh, that's a lot of troops. And tier 13.4. Wow. Lion is really going crazy into the upgrades. Okay, so here it looks right to me, and maybe I should drop the Kellerman armor. I'm not too sure. And yeah, it looks okay. Let's just battle. I'm gonna put this on 2 times speed, and let's see how my teams perform. So I would say Lion is probably slightly stronger than I am, especially with the tier 13.4 troops. My troops are only tier 13.3. So, but let's start with this first team. So my infantry is taking a lot of damage here, but I hope that I can still at least break even here. Because if this doesn't work, then that suggests something is wrong with the counter, and that the Season 6 armament is actually pretty useful here. But I'm not too worried because I am kind of worried because I'm pretty sure that my next composition is fairly weak against this, but we'll take a look. So maybe I shouldn't have ran 889. Hmm. I know my composition is not good against his because um, 8868 was fairly popular against uh, Season 7 variations when it first came out. But let's see how my team performs, and maybe I can do well against his next couple teams. I'm not too sure. So my hope here is that his, uh, yeah, cavalry here doesn't do too much damage to my archer, which is good. So I'm kind of in a big uphill battle here. My team will have to do well against this next 2 teams, and looking at my infantry HP, it's already not going too well. And this is pretty much a mirror team. Originally, I had designed my team 2 for this, so this is not going to work. So I'm just going to take the L here, and let's dive in again. So let's kind of analyze what happened here. And my game is apparently going to crash again, I think. So looking back at what he was running, 8868. Do I have that recorded here anywhere? But okay, so I don't really have it recorded here, but it really shouldn't matter. I can probably just run a. Okay, my game is not responding for some reason. It seems to be responding again, but I don't want to attack this now because he is quite dramatically weakened. I don't think that. Oh, oh, that's where I messed up. I should have used 889. Why did I use 89? Yeah, always pay attention, people. Yeah, you don't want to mess up like this because this is just kind of embarrassing. So we're gonna. I yeah, I did not know how to interpret the previous loss at all because I was not expecting to lose. So let's see if this makes any difference. Yeah, although his troop count is much lower, this is dramatically better. At least the archer is dead. And let's see if I'm able to do significant damage to Khufu here at the end. Yeah, I guess even if you lose, the point is to take out the archer because without the archer, this composition is nowhere near as strong. Let's wait for this to end. I'm still kind of worried about this team because unless I can eliminate Khufu rapidly, Lubu can potentially kill my archer. Yeah, that is what I was afraid of. So I think I'm going to go back to the drawing board regarding the first team. It doesn't look like 889 is a very effective counter against 998, and this is not a very good start for me. It kind of shows the importance of, having the confirmation on this sheet. Um, I kind of ignored my advice a bit here, so I was up against 8868. If we were to look at the Battle Disorder metadatabase, yeah, the issue with this database was that it came out before season 9 launched. So yeah, Lion completely got me here. But we will move on to the next opponent. Hopefully, we'll be able to do better. Once my game decides to, what in the world is that? Okay. So next opponent is Cali. Let's take a look at his formation. So the first composition, I can probably just run 998. The second composition, I really want to test the season 6 empowered variation against it. And as for his last composition, I think I can just run like a season 7 variation, like 7576 or something. So let's modify our teams. Yeah, I'm sorry for whoever is watching. That clash against Lion was really unfortunate, especially with how poorly my first team performed. But let's not give up hope. Let's move our equipment around. Are we going to use this hero? Yes, we are, but we are not going to uh, use the armament. So Khufu here, and we are going to use him as well. Let's unequipped, or we can change it to. Yeah, it doesn't matter too much. We can change it to this. And now let's gear up our Kellerman. Let's see, who do I have equipment on right now? We're not planning to use Khufu, so let's drop his equipment. Equip it on Kellerman and give him the armament. I think for cavalry, I'm going to use probably Quinn. Yeah. Okay, that's not the equipment I want. So let's steal our cavalry equipment from someone here. Let's steal it from Lubu. Why not? Yeah, you got a strip. So Quinn, let's use the demonic axe. And Lisbeth, I would like to give you equipment. Let's just give you the very basics. So I think our team is ready. Let's go back in here. Alliance Showdown. And our next opponent, of course, is Cali Chaos. So I'm not going to attempt multiple battles because I want to cover as many players as possible. So let's take a look at the formation once again. We're going to run, I think, 998, and then Season 6, and then finally Season 7. So let's attack now. Change our formation. This is 889, so let's change this to 998. Let's move you down. Whoops. Let's grab the Season 9 hero here and put it this way. 998. Wait. Yeah, here it is. And here I'm going to run Season 6. So this should be a fairly powerful version of Season 6. Where's my Lisbeth? Here she is. And okay, let's do it this way. I don't need that many archers. Yeah, mostly infantry, some cavalry, and fewer archers. And here, let's just run. Yeah, why not? Let's just run him. So, troop wise, it should be fine. Yeah, this looks fine. This looks fine. One last check now. Um, yep. Wow. Why are people upgrading so fast? He's already at tier 12, I mean 13.4 infantry. Okay, so this is very good in the battle disorder. Hopefully it'll also be good outside the battle disorder. We'll be able to find out real soon. Um, yeah, yeah. Let's try this. Triple checking just to make sure that I'm not making the same mistake here. Okay, play it out on times 2 and let's see what happens. Yeah, that is kind of what I expected. Making up a little bit for my previous loss. So this on the sheet, I do believe it's a very strong or hard counter, but I do expect to I wouldn't say this is a hard counter. I don't expect to perform as well, but I hope to deal at least some damage here. Yeah, just a little bit of damage, not really significant. So we can see that the season 10 composition variation here is a fairly strong counter against 889, but that can't be helped. Now, the what I'm really interested in finding out is whether season 6 here outside the battle disorder can hold up against the season 10 composition. The start of the course is not so well, but that is characteristic of season 6. Not a big concern. Wow, that is an outperformance that I'm fairly happy about. I might still lose because the season 10 cavalry is a complete beast, but let's see. Hopefully I can come out ahead. And if I do come out ahead, hopefully I'll be able to deal some damage against his next army. Come on. I wish you could kind of skip like these individual battles and not skip right to the end. I think that is at least for people who like to like watch these battles and possibly interpret why some compositions are winning, why sometimes you are losing. It's going to be a very helpful tool. But I know most people don't really care about these and they just want to see whether you win or lose. So as expected, I'm probably going to lose here. But I dealt tremendous damage to his team, which is uh, what actually the goal is here. I think in the battle disorder, this is more effective because the battle disorder actually features what is called a minimum damage. You will, no matter what, if your damage falls below a certain threshold, you will actually deal a minimum damage. So that damage is a function of your troop count. Depending on your troop count, your damage cannot fall below a certain number, and that is actually very helpful in those cases. You can see that um, my opponent's season 10 cavalry was very tanky. I could barely deal any damage to him at the end there. But in the battle disorder, he cannot suppress a minimum damage. So his season 10 cavalry is going to fall very quickly. So let's see here, last battle. Let's see if I can outperform or whether I actually misinterpreted. It does look like I win. So, yeah, it looks like we perform well versus Caligula. Let's move on to the next opponent. Once my game decides to not freeze. Okay, our next opponent here will be Zeyy, possibly one of the most powerful. Yeah, I wouldn't say most powerful, but definitely up there. His first composition is 776, 9598 maybe. I don't know. I want to counter with season 8, but I want to save my season 8 archer for something else. Second team here, I kind of want to try the try the season 6 composition again, but we'll see. Third team, I feel like wait, is this what Cali ran? It feels awfully close. But one thing I guess I'm interested in is taking a look at oh, congrats Sin X, but yeah, taking a look at how much damage my heroes did here because I want to see who is actually dealing the damage. So Horn God is actually dealing the damage. So that probably means I should equip something better on Horn God and not put as many cavalry because my cavalry, as evident in the previous battle, died fairly quickly. So let's. I don't think I'm going to use Leona at all. So let's just remove the equipment from her and put it on the Horn God here. So let's dive in here. I might lose simply because this composition is a little different from what, sorry, not here, from what Cali ran. I'm not too sure if you switch the armament from Michael's armament to, using Season 9 instead, whether that would actually change the outcome of the battle. So first team, I'm going to use, yeah, why not? I'm just going to use 9 and 8 again. But do I? Do I want to use 9 and 8 or kind of just um this should be an obvious counter, right? Yeah, why not? Um Second team, yeah, I'm gonna try this again. But with even fewer archer. I don't think I need any archer, to be honest. Like 10,000 maybe. Whoops. 10,000. And I think my cavalry was doing pretty good back there, so maybe 150,000 and a little more infantry. Yeah, that looks good. And my first team, I think, is strong enough that I can potentially boost my second team more. So I probably don't need too good of a Titanio on my first team. So third team, as before, we saw that the cavalry didn't really outperform. So I'm going to reduce my cavalry count and increase my archer count, and finally have a few more infantry here. Yeah, so one thing that I've noticed is that there is a fairly interesting composition. Maybe we'll have the opportunity to use that in the next battle. But people have been using Season 9 Archer against this, against a variation of this. And yeah, I don't know. That comp seems to work pretty well, but we might not see it in this video. So let's just check one last time. I'm not too sure if this will work, but I don't think it's on the sheet, right? I've never seen that composition before. So that is 10. What was it? That is 10, 6, 10. 10, 6, 10. That's not really 10 here. Yeah, it's not on the sheet. So we're kind of in new territory here, but it just looks so wild. I'm just going to try that, YOLO in, and see if it works. I'm a little bit scared of the season 10 Archer because if we pretend this is Leona, then my team is fairly bad against Leona. But at the same time, he uses his rage skill slower than Leona. So in theory, he might be weaker. But we'll have to see. Once again, I think the focus will be in our team 2. If our team 2 performs really well, then hopefully I'll be able to deal some damage to his team 3 before I crumble. Or potentially crumble. Yeah, so this is going kind of as expected, I think. I hope. Yeah, he's just melting. So hopefully we'll be able to deal some damage to his team 2, although probably not. But ouch, he's actually dealing a lot of damage to me here. Yeah, Zey is definitely stronger than me, and it kind of doesn't help he's running more troops. But let's move on to the next battle. You can see the archer is actually dealing a hell a lot of damage to me. And he's not dying really fast, which is rather unexpected. Wow, my infantry is almost dead. Alright, second team, I'm running a total of 56,000 troops, which is kind of funny. Okay, so my infantry dies instantly, and I am not able to do much damage to him. So it's all going to come down once again to my team 2, which hopefully will be able to wipe out his archer and infantry before it falls. As long as the archer and infantry dies, I'm pretty happy about it. Okay, so my cavalry is actually taking a lot of damage here. Okay, his archer dies. Now his infantry needs to die. Okay, great. So I think, yeah, I think we could still consider this a counter. I wouldn't say it's a very hard counter, but it's really good because you are able to use a fairly weak team against against one of the more popular teams in season 10. And the reason why I'm not running season 10 in team 3 is simply out of curiosity. I do think I have a strong advantage if I ran the season 10 cavalry hero against this team, but I think that's fairly boring. I want to see whether 776 can actually hold up. And I don't think he's going to be able to do well. I really hope because I'm doing 0 damage to him. Come on. Do work your magic here. Here we go. So now on to the realization of whether I messed up. So kind of the hope is I'll be able to deal. Okay, so this is a very good start. I dealt a lot of damage to his archer, meaning that his archer will not be able to deal as much damage to me. Now, yeah. So yeah, I'm glad I tried this composition because otherwise I would just probably win with season 10 cavalry and some variation of season 10. I can run like 10 10 9 here maybe. Am I using? Yeah, I can run 10 10 9 and probably just win by default. But that's not interesting. Okay, I think we have one more attack left. Let's take a look at Wandis, the next strongest opponent. And formation wise, okay. Actually, I think this is a good chance to use the another variation to potentially trump this popular composition. So he is running 10 6 9 kind of here. What is the counter? Do I have that recorded on the sheet? 10 6 9. Oh, we do have some options here. Yeah, this. I know he's not running Lubu, but it's fairly similar. Lubu isn't really doing all that much special. I actually think Lubu is a probably better option here, but we are going to run 75756. Let me just write that down. Okay, and his third team, what was it again? Hope this video won't drag too long, but this is my last attack, so I do want to kind of win. Let's just give ourselves a treat. We're going to run 9, 10, 8 against this. Okay, so let's attack. Let's change our formation here. 7, 5, 4, 9. So we are actually going to use Morgan here. And the season 9 archer. So Morgan, a very minimal number of troops. So something like this maybe. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Going to my next team, let's just clear the board for now. Going to my next team, I said I'm going to run what right here. Wait, I forgot to write it down. 75756. 75756. I already ran 75. No, I mean I already ran. Actually, I can probably change this too. Yeah, let's change to Nipdark. And let's run 75756. Can I just run like season 8 instead of 75? Kind of what I'm wondering here. 75756. It really shouldn't make too much of a difference, right? Yeah, let's just go with something like that. And finally, let's run. Oh, well, I do want this hero in my third team. 9, 10, 8. Let's use this. Interesting. I'm just gonna run the season 10 hero. Why the heck not? Or is the season 8 hero better? Yeah, I'm just gonna run season 10. I think it should pan out. Uh, Either way, I'm mostly interested in seeing how my first team will perform. This is something I haven't used before, but I have seen other people use this to a lot of success against. Of course, I could run season 6, but that would be pretty boring. Um, yeah, I don't know about this team. This, like it says, it's a strong counter. Um, but I'm already running like. Actually, I'm gonna take a risk here. I'm gonna change this to frickin' Michael, cause why the heck not? And I'm gonna change this to Neptune Art. This is gonna be quite fun, I think. Michael, I'm gonna give you stronger Titania because I'm kind of not confident in whether you'll be able to tank it well enough. And I'm gonna use you here. Actually, I'm gonna use the weakest Titania on the strongest team. Why the heck not? I'm very confident in that last team. So yeah, let's just adjust the troop numbers. Actually, I want to use more for this, and maybe a little bit more archer. Okay, this should be fine. Not more archer. Just gonna go make it like this. Actually, forget about it. I'm just gonna. Okay, this looks fine. This looks fine. Last thing to do is to adjust the gear. All right. Now let's equip my heroes with the gear that I need. Um, I am using you. I don't want to unequip you, but let's remove Kellerman's gear and equip it onto Michael, and remove Quinn's gear, equip it onto Morgan. And the reason why I want to power up Morgan is that I noticed for some reason if Morgan dies too quickly, your performance actually falls. I don't know why. Morgan needs to survive for like 10 seconds. It's from Battle Disorder experiences. I don't know if the same applies outside, but it's definitely weird. I haven't really looked too deep into it. So 9, 10, 8, 13, 3. We have, you have full gear, right? Yes. Um, Let me just double check one last time. You have the gear, and you should have decent gear too. So let me switch over Horn God's gear to Lisbeth, and I think we should be good, right? 8 4 8. Whoa, did I? Oh, I did. Um, who else do I have? I'm I'm going to use you, I think. Oh, I'm not using you, so you can take off your gear, and I'm gonna equip it on Khufu. Hopefully, I don't regret this. And wait, am I using Khufu? I totally forgot what I was using. It's been quite a long video, but let's take a look here. Wanda's is running. I'm not using Khufu, so I completely wasted my time there. So Michael Morgan, yes, this is good. This looks good, and this looks fine. Yeah, let's just go. I'm not gonna triple check my troop formations. Just let's toss a coin. I'm mostly interested in the outcome of this composition. I'm actually gonna slow it down here. So the idea here is to have the season 9 archer completely pop off, and hopefully that can be the case. If it doesn't, then it's gonna be really really awkward. Oh no, this is not going well. This is definitely not going well. Thankfully, my next team is kind of okay versus this, but I did not expect to get crushed. And I can show you after this video what how my team was beaten when my opponent used the Morgan variation. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's fairly unfortunate. Maybe the composition is not as restrictive I mean, maybe the composition is more restrictive than I expected, but I'm just gonna lose too much here. I might win this battle, but I might just end up losing too much. But maybe, just maybe, my next team is going to beat his next two teams, which is probably not going to happen. But let's speed this up again. Hopefully, I'll be able to win this fight. Probably not. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta experiment. For compositions that are already on the sheet, you can be fairly confident about it. But for just even minor adjustments, and this is why things have become so complicated. Even minor changes in your composition, whether that's the addition of an armor, the slight change of a hero, it completely changes the performance of your opponent. Your opponent can completely crush in one under one circumstance, but they lose out in another. Yeah, yeah. Actually, this might be good data. But he's taking a lot of damage. But this, I could note this as wait, is this established counter? But it doesn't matter. I had a different composition prepared for his team. Since my first team performed so poorly, it is really irrelevant. So I can kind of show you um, what worked against my team here. Was it my team? I think it was. Yeah, this team. So this is what I was kind of trying to emulate. I didn't see the need to use the season 10 hero because the season 10 cavalry hero, all he does is that he boosts the stats. So he boosts the stat difference by about 50%. And the counter just seemed so powerful here that like you can see he only had 244k troops. So maybe at the end of the day, Neptune Arc is really something special. You can see how much damage his Emperor Qin did to me. Maybe it's simply due to the quality of his troops. Maybe that is the case. Maybe this is not as strong of a counter as I was expecting. Maybe he was just so much stronger than I am. I think that is what we can conclude here. But I think overall we had a very fun time testing the meta using the meta database. Some of these teams we could reference, other teams we really could not reference. But I think overall we learned a few things. We had fun, and hopefully you learned a few things as well. I'm out of battles. For this for this clash, we did come up on top, but you can see we are severely outmatched regarding the top end of the lineup. So after this, I'll probably also make a video reviewing what people are running in the Apex arena, but that'll be the next video. Hope everyone enjoyed this video. We ended up with a score of 2-2, which is good enough for me. All right, I'll see everyone in the next video. Take care.